that public engagement. But guess what? They weren't engaged. We're just simply telling them what we decided to do, and we're engineers. We know best, right? So that's not going to work anymore. That's not going to work, and so we have to evolve. We have to adapt our engagement of communities, and we have to, first of all, have a desire on our side to engage them and let them be a part of it. But then secondly, we have to change the way we deliver projects so that they're a part of the solution. Why not go talk to them early, put everything on the table, show them the vast tools in our toolbox, the opportunities that we have, and let them play a role in the decisions that we're making. We've started doing this on projects as simple as resurfacing, and it has been tremendously successful. We've seen communities build coalitions around a simple resurfacing project. And we are starting to see what I call the fruits of that labor. And so we're going to continue to focus on this community-centric theme, but it extends beyond just delivering infrastructure. Our maintenance workers, those that maintain all of the infrastructure we build, our very own FDOT employees, we're challenging them. How can you re-engage with your communities? You live in these communities, you work in these communities, these are your friends and your family. How can you engage with them? Maybe it's as simple as getting FDOT equipment in a Christmas parade in a local town. You know, that's not hard to do. Why don't we do that? We're part of that community. How can we engage them and show them that we serve them, but also that we're part of who you are? And so that's a big theme of ours that we're focusing on moving into the future, and I think it's really going to help us as a team continue to adapt and evolve as society changes around us. I just want to talk a little bit about one of the unique challenges that we have here in Florida that many of you may be experiencing. Something interesting about transportation infrastructure, unfortunately or fortunately, it usually takes 15 to 20 years to go from conception to delivery. You know, there's a lot of reasons for that, but I've been talking to several people here lately, and you know, they're like, why does it take so long? You know, we put men on the moon in so many years. You know, we built nuclear bombs and, you know, power stations and, you know, all this, and why does transportation take so long? It's not just the delivery process that is a challenge, it's also the resources. And when you have such a diverse array of projects and a work program that is so massive and you're trying to address so many needs, it takes resources to do that. And one thing you learn is that resources are always limited, you know, they're finite. And so strategically investing those resources across an entire array and diversity of needs, you know, is one of the things that plays into the time it takes to deliver projects. So here in Florida, you know, we have, and many of you have similar planning processes, but our planning process works great. It's grassroots. You know, locals help us prioritize our projects, and we have the right projects in the pipeline. We've seen that year in and year out. We are definitely delivering the right projects to meet the need in Florida. But the challenging part is that we plan infrastructure based on models built from a 2 to 3% growth rate in population. And so the things we're planning today, we intend to deliver 20 years from now based on a 2 to 3% growth rate. I-4 Ultimate that we just finished, the planning for that started 30 years ago, and it was planned based on a 2 to 3% growth rate. In Florida right now, we have many of our counties and regions within the state are growing in excess of 20%. We actually have clusters within the peninsula that are experiencing a 40% growth rate in population. And so what's happened is all of our residents, all of our communities we serve, they feel like they went to bed one night, woke up the next morning, and now they're in maddening traffic. They're just sitting there. Their commute yesterday was taking 30 minutes to get to work. Now it's taking an hour and a half. And so we have an incredible challenge here in Florida. You know, how do we meet the needs of our communities, and how do we do it faster? And so we're going to answer that call. It's something we're going to be working on. Definitely a big challenge, but I consider it an opportunity. It's exciting for our industry here in Florida, because Florida's going to continue to grow. We're at 22 million residents. I think our annual visitor count now is up over 125 million, and it's just growing exponentially every single year. And so what we're finding is that the infrastructure we have in the pipeline that was going to be delivered 20 years from now is actually needed today. So it's an exciting time to be secretary. It's an exciting time for our industry and our team here in Florida, and we're going to need every single person to help us be successful.